Good morning. It's really windy and cold outside today, so I decided to bring it in. And the good thing about this place is I get to sit inside and see outside. But I thought I would talk about karma. If you have heard me speak before, you've heard me tell this story. My dad was a lovely, lovely person. He knew no enemies. He greeted everyone with a smile. Um, and was a traveling salesman, and we always joked he could sell a refrigerator to an Eskimo. But I never knew what quite the philosopher he was. Um, I'm not sure that he knew what the word, certainly wasn't stupid, but didn't use the word karma. Um, but he taught me karma from a very uh, young age, because he'd always say, "He who farts in church sits in his own pew." Yeah. Uh, I love that because, and he'd always follow that up with what comes around, what comes around goes around. He understood karma. He understood that if you put out good, good comes back. And I really believe that karma is a real thing. Physics is a real thing. Every action has an opposite and equal reaction. So if you're throwing mud, there's a good chance someone else is going to throw mud back at you. And I think probably at this point in the life of our world, and certainly the life of our country, we are flinging mud like nobody's business and not paying any attention and not really caring where it flies and where it hits. So it's time we stepped up and took responsibility for our actions. I On Instagram there is the good quote, and they didn't give credit to whomever wrote this, but I thought this was amazing because it speaks to us as Americans and it speaks to us as the world. Your competition isn't other people. Your competition is your procrastination, your ego, the unhealthy food you're consuming, the knowledge you neglect, the negative behavior you're nurturing, and the lack of creativity. Compete against that. And I think maybe not being light about it, but maybe this virus is a mirror, holding up a mirror to our society, going, you might want to check yourself right now before it's too late. Is this a gift to stop and check our ego? Your competition is your procrastination. How long have we known that we have problems in this country? How long have we known that not everybody has health insurance? And we've made it someone else's problem, and now it's everyone's problem, and it's especially our health care workers' problem. God bless those people. Check. Your competition is your ego. Many of us in America, I regret, live in me. Not us, but we live in me. And I believe the virus is something, again, holding up the mirror, going, you are one. All of you are one, and not separate points, or separate groups. You know, I've talked several times about how politicians use othering to separate groups to give them power. We can't live in that. We can't live in other. We can't live in throwing blame at others. We have to accept responsibility for our actions to be able to move forward. Your competition isn't the unhealthy food you're consuming. We've known for years that putting additives in food is killing us. We have procrastinated doing anything about it because of the bottom line. And suddenly it's all about the bottom line. And it just can't be about the bottom line anymore. The knowledge you neglect. You know, I've seen a lot of people trashing these protesters. I understand the frustration. I think their protests are about their ego, but what the knowledge that we've neglected is those people have felt neglected for years and that they don't have a voice, and finally they see that they have a little voice and a little control, so they're seizing it. So instead of trashing them and saying, well, they're going to get sick and that's a natural culling, that can't happen karmically. We have to care for everyone, no matter what their political leaning and no matter what they think. So how can we not procrastinate any further to help serve the people who feel underserved? The negative behavior you're nurturing. We are nurturing a liar and lies from not only one person, but from a lot of people. And we're allowing that to happen. When are we going to stop procrastinating and stepping up and dealing with the truth and make people accountable and responsible? And the competition isn't the lack of is our lack of creativity. How can we be creative moving forward? I know we in special events are talking a lot about things have changed. There's not a new, not a normal. Events are going to look very different. We don't know what that looks like, but we know that people have the innate need to gather, so we're going to be there for them, and we're going to figure it out through creativity. We need to be creative in sources of energy. The earth has said, you know, you're using all your natural resources, you're not going to have anything left. Why not use the sun? There are so many ways that we can think and need to think differently. Let our ego get out of the way, and ego equals money. Let the money get out of the way to be able to move forward for all of us, not just me, all of us. We are competing against us. Let's move forward. Let's not fart in our church, because this pew can't happen any longer. We are moving forward. We're going to be just fine. Remember, different ships, same storm. Take care of each other, even the people you don't agree with. Look out for each other. Keep breathing. Wash your hands. See you tomorrow. Bye.